Build a polished wardrobe that shows you stay you wherever you go with Mack Weldon. Use code MAC25 for 25% off your first order of $125 or more at MackWeldon.com.
This episode brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Shifting a little money here, a little there, and hoping it all works out? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can get a better budgeter and potentially lower your insurance bill too. You tell Progressive what you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll help find you options within your budget. Try it today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
Every team, every topic, everywhere. This is Believe.
What's up, family? Gerald the Bossman here. You're tuned into the Bossman Show on AM 1010, AM 1430, 1055 The King. Let the King out at 105theking.com and the Bossman Show at bossmanshow.com. Hit me up on Instagram, the Bossman Show, Twitter at Bossman Show, and Facebook, Bossman Show. It's the Bossman on your radio.
Listen to the Bossman Show with your host, JR, Saturdays at 9 a.m. right here on AM 1010, The King.
What's up, good people? BetOnline is your number one source for all your betting needs. The latest odds, lines, and matchup reports for baseball, boxing, golf, and more. BetOnline continues to be the fastest and easiest way to place your wagers, including live betting and your favorite casino and card games available to play right from your phone. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and get in on the action. Remember to use your promo code BELIEVE, B-L-E-A-V, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts.
BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV.
Yes, BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV, covering content and hot topics from A to Z, sports, music, society and culture, movie reviews, you name it, we have it. Check it out on bs3network.com or check us out on Roku, BS3 TV on Roku, as well as check out your favorite podcast on all podcast platforms or Spreaker.com/BS3 Network.
You are now tuned to BS3 Network.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes, and it could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit Progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
Bombas makes the most comfortable socks, underwear, and T-shirts.
Warning, Bombas are so absurdly comfortable you may throw out all your other clothes.
Sorry, do we legally have to say that?
No, this is just how I talk, and I really love my Bombas.
They do feel that good. And they do good, too. One item purchased equals one item donated.
To feel good and do good, go to Bombas.com and use code AUDIO for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com and use code AUDIO at checkout.
Back at Patrick Gayle Show. We here, episode 36. We made it. We're getting higher and higher. Coach numbers are getting higher. Haters are getting higher. Calls are getting made. So it's all good, Coach. We got people trying to take us down, but Moons can't win, Coach. The Moon Express are not going to win, brother.
It's a blessing. It's a blessing. It's a blessing to be on the show, JR. How you doing today, man?
Coach, I'm still amazed from yesterday when I'm riding on I-75 and it was raining and storming, and I saw where the ancestors interceded and showed me something that I thought, it's like, of all the things I could see, Coach.
Did you get a sign? Was there a sign from above?
Yes, it's storming and raining, but this nice white truck of all things with black lettering was on it. It said a certain thing, and I'm like, interested.
You know that you gotta take hold to the signs, but you gotta make sure you know where they're coming from. So you said the ancestors gave you a little message.
Like, okay, I got you. You know, coming off what I came off with, Coach, because haters gonna hate. Haters make calls.
Keep doing what you're doing, man. You work really hard, man. You interview a lot of coaches, man. I don't want to kind of steal your blueprint, but can you tell people what you do to get all these interviews? Just to give a little, synopsis of how you work day to day, even in the off season for you.
Well, I don't want to give the haters too much knowledge, but it's basically I reach out to people. I use my access people hate that I have to get the people. I'll put it like that.
So you work, basically.
I network. See, when people think I'm just going around, BSing around, not doing nothing, I'm networking. When you see me at Lake Point or the Peach Jam, I'm working. I'm where coaches are. I'm a son of a coach. I know basketball, unlike some people who are paid millions of dollars, don't know nothing about basketball. Who's a moon? I'm just saying, but see around moon. So yeah. So so that's what I do. Because I network. She go to arenas. I'm not sitting behind my little plush desk, one in my mouth. I talk this person. I know this person. They told me this. No, sucker. I'm actually in there, in the trenches with coaches. I'm in AAU events. I'm in games. I'm on benches, sitting on benches. Like I'm bench pressing benches. You know what I'm saying? I'm there. I'm in stands in my suit on. I'm doing that too. I can be anywhere, everywhere, and I'm on network. So the Bossman show is a labor of networking, people. So I would say that you want to follow my lead, do what I do, Coach Gayle, network. Like I met D. Ledbetter when I used to cover a certain team that I won't name. I met him there. You know what I'm saying? So, there are things I've met radio hosts at live events. I've interned for radio hosts who are haters now too, by the way. So yeah, so I've done that too. So Coach, everything I've done has been a labor of my own personal go-gettiness and my networking. So that's how I pull off how I pull off. That's how I've built the relationships I built over these years where I can text a coach and say, hey, even here his SID act the fool. I can text the coach like, yo, hey, come on the show. I text you. I try to do it the right way, but SID is tripping. Sure, I'll do it for you. That's how I do it, Coach.
So why do you do it, JR? Why? What motivates you? What's your passion?
To run my own stuff, be a free black man in media.
Wow, that's powerful.
So I ain't controlled. I don't have no guy to call me to me what I can and cannot say.
That's powerful.
JR, don't say this, JR. Don't do this, JR. I ain't got tap on the shoulder from Daddy. Tell me what I can and cannot do. Oh, if I got a line, I'm suspended for my show. Well, they had the right to suspend me. I got out of line because I made some inappropriate comments. Steve Ryman Moon. So there you go. So I ain't got to worry about that, Coach. I'm a free man.
You're dropping all these references. I'm just kind of hey, listen, I'm sitting back just listening because at the end of the day, because of what you do and because of how much I respect what you do, a lot of times, man, it's just best to just listen and kind of just pick your brain, because you've been in media. How long have you been in media?
a game and a half.
Wow.
So I know this game, and coach, it's not easy. I've told you this before.
Yeah.
When you're young, man, it ain't easy, coach.
So with the transition from more of the public, the paper option of media to now more of the social media and electronic options for media, how has that, since you've been in it for a long time and you've been around, journalists that were used to, and I think D-Led talked about it a little bit, how have you transitioned into how media is now? Because it's not the same.
Hey, when I got started, you could not get in a game if you weren't on a radio station.
Wow.
You was no podcast and digital wasn't accepted. You can have an online show and get in the games. And then started to loosen up once corporate dudes got laid off and paper started falling away. They started on digital. So that's when they had to kind of, they carved out for the dudes who were corporate dudes previously, right? It made sense for them digital to get in. Then they had to kind of, then people like me were like, okay, letting them in. Why could they don't work there no more? So then they had to kind of loosen that up, let guys like me in who are independent. So I started off late nights, coach. I was doing radio 2-6 in the morning, coach, late night, meet the deer and truckers. Wasn't fun, but I had to do it to get credentials. Now,
I don't think people realize your story for real. Like, they think you kind of just got propped up and you don't have not just labor, but the education and intelligence into where you're going and how you've gotten to where you are now and how you see ahead.
Yeah, like I can do it either way. I can do the radio way or the new way. I'm that young enough where I can do it that way. Like, because the show hasn't changed, just the platform has changed. I started off, I had a panel at first when I started off.
Right.
The panel, like I realized this ain't gonna work. What this ain't, I can't, too many competing interests going on, you know what I'm saying? Well, it was late night radio, so it really didn't matter, right?
Right.
Well, as I grew and grew, I had to let people go and it made them mad and that kind of stuff. But I mean, I adapted with it was easy for me because my show never really changed. It's just how it was delivered changed. To where now I'm using I'm on radio still. I'm on radio still. Now it's on YouTube, other platforms, Spotify, stuff like it. I can put it on, stuff. It hasn't changed. The show has not changed. It's just the delivery mediums have changed. But it's also a problem too, though, Coach, that anybody can fire up a computer, an iPad, or a phone and have a show. So it makes teams look at me like, well, nah, don't compare me to them. Look at my body of work. You should be differentiating between a real show and just a hobby, or is somebody doing something? That's the problem we run into now, Coach, because they want to group you all together. Every independent media entity ain't the same, but they want to group in the same thing. And I'm telling you what these teams do too. Now, I'm not being funny when I tell you this. They tend to group all the black people together doing independent. I'm serious. I'm not joking. I'll tell you this. If you look at the media list, you look at the outlets, like usually they put all the black outlets together who are independent. It's funny. Every team does it.
Wow. I don't think a lot of people really realize that.
No matter where you go, if you're independent and you black, they're going to put you together.
So for those that are trying to figure out kind of how to stay authentic, and it's hard to stay authentic in any business, to be honest, what do the clean cut, I guess, corporate JR, what would that do for corporations and businesses that you just can't get with in your eyes?
Well, I'm never going to be corporate. I'm just too real. Like, I'll talk how I talk. I can't put on this little voice. Yes, sir. Yeah, JR.
Yeah. Bass in your voice, JR. You gotta have some bass in your voice, man.
That's how the sellers talk, though.
Voice.
That's how they talk, like, or they try to act like they're one of us. I'm a brother. Brothers gotta do brother stuff. And blah, blah, blah. It's either trying too hard or kind of like a little, you know what. And I can't be that way. I just talk how I talk. You like me or you don't. You know what I'm saying?
That's powerful because this is media. So media, a voice, and the reason why I just said what I said is because you can communicate, I should say, through vibration. So if you're too kind of docile, or like you said, you're kind of too animated, that kind of can stir up the spirit. But if you're kind of more calm and kind of more engaging, but at the same time authentic, that calms the spirit. So with you being in media, it's a powerful tool. And on top of that is propaganda because you can put a lot of misinformation and disinformation out there to kind of really steer a whole generation in the wrong way, if you know what I mean. So that's why I wanted to have this conversation with you because, like you said, you're getting a lot of calls, but I don't really think people understand who you are and what you do with your platform.
And who I talk to offline. There are some people who you would think wouldn't talk to me, but very talk to me because
Why do you think that is?
Because I'm authentic and maybe they know my father from whatever, but something to do with my father maybe. But I'm really just who I am. See, it's what you get, and I'll say what I feel. I don't have a filter per se. I say how I feel off air. Now, on the air, but due to certain things, I can't say something on air because of regulations with the FCC. So yes, on the air, I don't say things I would say off the air. But the same message though, Moon. But just letting you know that. So you say, you know what I mean? Like, so for me, it's like, look, I'm gonna be me. I'm not gonna sit up here and lie to you listeners. I ain't gonna be up here trying to tell you I talk to somebody, I talk to nobody. I ain't gonna be up here trying to tell you I know this and I don't know. You know this on this show. I don't discuss what I don't know about.
Right.
I don't know about soccer. You know, I don't cover it.
Right.
I don't know about lacrosse. I don't cover it. I don't know about hockey. I don't cover it. And I have a rule. If you don't credential me, I don't cover your sport. I ain't talking about if you don't bathe my way, don't give me a credential, I'm not gonna talk about your sport. So I'm talking about the Nashville soccer team, Charlotte, Atlanta, the Predators. I'm just being real. I'm not gonna discuss you if you don't give me a credential. Why would I waste my airtime that I pay for or barter? Or you do what? You don't give me time of day to give me a credential. So I'm wasting my time.
So have you ever had entities reach out to you and say, hey, we want you to come join us. We want you to bring your platform. We want you to bring your followers, but we want to kind of tweak your whatever. Have you ever had that experience?
Oh, yeah. And I told them I'm not a moon. I ain't Clarence Thomas.
You keep saying moon.
I ain't Clarence Thomas. I ain't Tim Scott. I ain't Stephen A. Moon. I'm not them. I'm not Herschel Walker.
Well, we could go into what does that mean, but I think most people will be like, "Whoa!" Here's the thing, Jr. I'm kind of glad you said earlier about lumping in independent Black media, people together. I think one of the things that people really need to understand is that if you're trying to get something done, if you're trying to change something, and you have a group of people, you can have differences. You can disagree on a lot of things, but you have to have a unified front in what results you're trying to get. When people look at this show, they kind of lump you and I together, and they don't even realize that we're just actually two independent thinkers that can agree to, we want to see the betterment of the younger generation. We want to see the betterment of, our people, and we want to see the betterment of the craft that we both are in. For me, it's, college coaching. For you, it's sports media. And I kind of tend to say, I don't want to just say sports media to kind of put you in the box. I want to really more say independent media. So it's unfortunate that people can't distinguish and can't separate and at the same time hear the unified message. You understand what I mean? And we've been through this, this country and actually this world has been through the history of leaders that merge, may have a difference of opinion in how to get the results, but still want the same results. So talk about that a little bit, JR.
I mean, Atlanta, you had to, because there's certain team in Atlanta likes to diss people. 28-3. That team. So we had a meeting about that, try to come together, but it was too many competing agendas. After the second meeting, I said, I'm out of this. I'm not. It was trying, like, Atlanta Media United, trying to independent black media be trying to come together to fight the 28-3 team. I'm just saying, but there's too many agendas, and it wasn't like realistic because how do I say this about saying this person out loud? Okay, if your name of your entity is specific to a certain sport or team, how can you try to cover a sport that's not that sport? Like, let me give an example. Let me try this the right way. You can't be the Heat be trying to get Dolphin credentials. You know what I'm saying? How that make
Makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense what you said.
If your name is Heat Nation, whatever, how are you trying to get Dolphins credentials? So your name on the face of it is limiting you. And so when that Atlanta, so Atlanta, let that whole initiative that was true, tried to do independent media, I'm like, this person is only covering the Hawks. How's it even? And I thought, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was like, I ain't put my name on something that's already flawed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it wasn't realistic. They're trying to exclude everybody. Everybody can't be, if your name is this, you can't be included. You got to have a legit thing, and we all go together as legit stuff, legit solid media entities. You know what I'm saying? So I was meeting them until I pulled back out. Like, nah, I can't do this. I can't put my name on this or with this. So I
don't think people realize how much you kind of pull back from a lot of things because you can't attach your name to certain things.
And personally, I think most of them suck. So I'm just being real. I think most of them people in that group sucked, and still suck to this day.
But you know what's funny, JR? Like, a lot of people will say, well, you say certain things, you can't say certain things. But a lot of it is, how are you taking it? Because in my lifetime, I've been told a lot of things that I can't do, that I won't do. Shoot, and you'd be surprised who's saying it. It ain't, people that's from the outside. It's people that, you think, or they think know you. But one of the things that I realize, and I reference, I read a lot, especially the Bible. And one of the things that I realize, if you read the book of Daniel and you know the story of Daniel, you'll understand that a lot of people that are close to you, because of who you are and what you represent, sometimes it's your faith. Sometimes it's the spirit inside of you. And everybody looks at the exterior, but you have to discern the interior. You have to discern the person. So me knowing you, knowing what you've done, knowing your fruit and who you've helped, what you've done to help not just people, but organizations, and you're silent about it. And to me, sometimes I'm like, I don't wish that you would say it because I know why you do it. I just wish people would do their homework, because it's really not hard for them to do their homework to see what you've done and who you've helped.
It's funny. I laugh at this. SD emailed me and said, I did some of my homework until the Bossman show. He has some great guests on your show. We'd love to have our coach on the show. Well, at least you did your homework. Did your homework.
Don't get me started. Don't get me started, JR. Don't see. I mean, I have a problem with that, because a lot of the things that I put on my guys is you have to figure it out. And a lot of figuring it out is what you just said: networking, doing your homework and research, understanding what you're dealing with, understanding who you are and what you represent. All they have to do is do their homework. Like, everybody, that should be a standard.
He was so proud of it. Like he like his homework let him say he's gonna have the coach on my show. I'm like, dude, you realize I had to coach them number? I'm only being nice by emailing you.
Let's put out there. Why do you interview college coaches? What made you do that?
Part of it is because of where I work at. I can't interview them, so it's kind of like I got to go a step below that. So that's why I kind of fell into the little niche because if I interview Michael Malone or Lloyd Pierce or Nate McMillan, Mike Woodson, it might make somebody mad. I might get a phone call, but I don't want that phone call because I can accept that. That's maybe a little too close to comfort. You know what I'm saying? So I fell into it that way. Plus, my dad was a coach, and college coaches, so it's easy, you know. So
in interviewing college coaches, what has that affected you or changed kind of your perspective?
nah, because I knew what it was with my father. You know, so what it does is it allows me to relate to them because I know. That didn't change me. I can relate because I know what it is and what it ain't. And I can talk to you as a son of a coach and a player, not just a random reporter who ain't played nothing at all and run his mouth like he knows something.
Well, let's touch on that. Let's touch on the fact that you played college football, college basketball. Your father was a big time high school coach and very well respected. What do you feel now seeing coaching and not just coaching, sports in general, just seeing kind of the access that people have to get in certain, circles, and people are now being able to say certain things because of that access, but yet don't really have the story behind really what they're talking about. So for example, myself, and I put myself, personally, I didn't play college basketball. So how am I able to coach young men at this level, young men at all levels? And my response a lot of times is I didn't play college basketball because I made terrible decisions. And a lot of young men make terrible decisions to keep themselves from playing college basketball. How do they pivot? Do you say, well, I wish I coulda, woulda? I'll never say that. My pivot was when I was graduating from school, close to graduation, I coached at the East Memphis YMCA and coaching 5 and 6 year olds and seeing kind of myself in those kids and knowing, okay, in 15 years, what I do in the next 15 days or 15 weeks can affect what they do in the next 15 years. You understand? So I understand the power, and I've understood the power from a young age, how a coach can determine what a person does. Because unfortunately, I didn't have that mentorship, when I was in high school to understand, hey, you need to go visit schools. If a coach is calling you from a completely different area and the coaches in your area ain't talking to you, you need to forget about the coaches in your area and what you want to do. And you need to go to where you're being recruited and they have interest in you. So from an early age, I've realized it doesn't matter where the opportunity is. If you're speaking to somebody, that's an opportunity. So I don't care where they are. Go to them if you have to. Like you said, network. A lot of times when you networked, you sat in gyms where no one really knew you and you got cold looks and stares, and you fast forward, now those guys, when they see you, they drop everything to talk to you. So that's why I think this conversation is important.
There's some haters being late point in the speech when I be there, like, why he here? But they be hating because it be the little national little reporters dudes who be college basketball. And why y'all talk to him for? Because I don't want nothing from him. I don't want nothing from nobody. I don't need nothing from nobody. I'm gonna be honest with you, Coach. I don't care if you don't come on my show or not. Whatever. I don't need you for nothing. I'm good no matter what. I want those who want to be on the show, be on the show. And when I'm at Lake Point and I'm with the coach, they be dabbing me or talking to me. All of them do. They know me. The ones who don't talk to me, they don't talk to them either. It's cool. Like, I'm of the sense either you with me or you not. I don't care which one it is. You pick. I don't care. Like, what is whatever to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm secure in who I am, secure in my background, I'm secure in my foundation. I don't care. Like, it's whatever to me. And I'm gonna be here no matter what because I own this. Nobody can take this from me. I own this.
And would you say you have a passion for it and a love for it?
Yeah, I do, but I do. I don't call it passion and love per se. I just do what I do. But I like doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think passion and love gets used too much. I just do what I do because I'm good at it. You know what I'm saying?
That's profound what you just said. Passion and love gets used too much. So speak on that a little bit. Because you're educating me right now. Speak on that a little bit. What do you mean by that?
Hey, that's just like I got a passion for this. I love this, man. Whatever you like, you're good at it. You do what you. I like. You like what you're good at.
Hold up. Repeat what you just said.
You like what you passion and love is like you love what you're good at. You like what you're good at. You know what I'm saying? I don't buy that. That's like you got passion. You know you're good at it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's overused. It's cliche to me. I don't do cliches. You have a talent for it or you don't. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm good at catching passes. I am good at shooting threes. I'm not good at dribbling the basketball. Okay, but I'm good. I know what I'm good at. Right? I'm good at hosting the show. I'm good at clowning people and joking on people. I'm good at that. I'm good at making songs about people when I want to. I'm good at that too. So these things I'm good at. Like I don't love it. I just do it because I'm good at it. Like I just follow into what I'm good at. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't get into cliches and like this is my passion. I love man. Nah. I know what I'm good at. I know what I'm successful at. Like I'm not successful at math. Like besides the Excel spreadsheet, I know that about myself. You know what I'm saying? But I'm good at African history. I'm well in touch with that. You know, I'm not good at being a medical doctor. I don't know nothing about it. So, but I know what I'm successful, but I'm successful. And it comes from my father. He's like, know what you're good at. Like my father done talked about, do you love basketball? Do you love passion? Nah. Are you willing to put in the work to be good at it? Because my dad was not like that. My dad was about it is the thing. He wanted to be using cliches and using these little fancy words. Nah. Do you love basketball? I don't care about that. Are you good at it? Can you put in the work to be good and help us win games? So that's in the NFL, that's a problem by being overused of that word love in the NFL. Do you love football? Do you love football? Do you love football? I don't love football. Do you love humping the football? Yes, you do. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying stuff like that. I love going 8-8? Yes, you do. You love going 8-8, don't you? You can't coach. You got fired from the UFL, didn't you? You know,
Attention.
That kind of stuff.
Get you back focused, buddy.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah,
imagine me tapping you on that shoulder. Hey, buddy, let's get back focused there, buddy.
Time out. Let's get time out. So it comes from there, Coach. Like, and my mom hates it when I say this sometimes, but it's the truth. I'm like my father, like 100%. And I hate my mom hates when I say that, but it's the truth. I'm pretty much Coach McHenry light.
Well, it's funny. It's funny you just said all of that because obviously you're touching upon, a very popular movie that's out right now. They're not sponsoring us, so I'm not going to say the name, but I think everybody can figure that out. And that was a big part of it is what do you have talent for? What are you good at? And are you going to pursue that? Are you going to be putting in the work to pursue that? And I love when you corrected me and said, man, I don't want to hear about passion and love. Are you good at it? Can you help us win games? I go even deeper. God gave you, because this is how I speak to my guys. God gave you a talent. God gave you something special inside of you. It's up to you to craft it and pull it out and have purpose and find your purpose. So I like what you said. Those are overused words. And I like that you corrected me because those are cliches. So it's always about you should be doing what you're good at, what you have a talent for, because the road, although it's hard, it's easy for you because that's where you're supposed to be. Not supposed to be on the road that's not for you. So it kind of makes me think about my purpose. it's more so the teaching. It's more so helping people to figure out their purpose, because that's what I had to go through. And like you said, it pulled in a little of math because, I got a math degree. It pulled in a little of the business side of me because you have to get a team and you have to get people to produce results. But most importantly, like you just said, the reason why I'm good at what I'm doing is because that's what was put inside of me. And so I have to stay true to that. And so I want to kind of end it by saying, you're very good at what you do, but you stay true to that. That's hard to do because you've been pulled different ways.
Say on the court sometimes. Play to your strengths.
Right. You say that a lot. Your dad says that all the time. Yep.
Play to your strengths. That's why you keep it simple. Master simple. You know what I'm saying? He's big. That's where I get to where I come from. Coach, like, I know that I ain't going to say I wasn't good at it, but I'm better in the slot because of my height and my speed. They be on the outside for a corner to jam me. You line me at the X or Z receiver, I'm going to get jammed by a bigger corner. I could punch them, do what I want to, but in the slot, out of free release, they can't touch me. Then my speed takes over. That's my strength. So I'm cool getting out of zone defense. So you want to play me man, put safety on me, you want to put linebacker on me, you're screwed. So my speed dictates the coverage a certain way. So it's really about when I'm saying I'm good at this, I play into my strengths. I'm good at radio. I'm good at catching passes and running fast. I'm good at shooting threes. I'm good at networking. So ain't about passing love so much, because that's what my dad always said. It's about playing the issues with doing what you're good at. Don't do something you're not good at. Now, if you want to improve that on the side, yeah. But your main thing should be what you're good at.
Last thing I'll say is, if you're not good at something and you see somebody is good at something, leave them alone. Stay in your lane. Figure out who you are. Look yourself in the mirror and stop trying to criticize somebody else when they're good at something. And I'll leave it at that.
And we'll leave it at that, Coach. So this show will get a lot of calls, too.
You're answering the phone.
Yes, and I will clown them when, you call me, I'm clowning. We call me, just know that I'm clowning you. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we're going to have it there. We're going to be back next week. Another show about script, Coach. Another show with no script, Coach. We don't have a script. We don't have a script.
We just go by the spirit. You like you say, your ancestors, they speak to you, and I have a lot of messages that come to me, and there's no hate, or I don't have time for that. Let's put it that way. We want to try to uplift people. If just one person listens to this and gets inspired and gets moved to stick to who they are and be who they are, then that's all we do it for.
And last one before you go about the ancestors is funny. So a newly minted ancestor came to me in a dream to tell me bye, Coach.
Oh wow!
Seriously, I ain't dreaming about this person ever, but they recently became an ancestor. They came to me in a dream pretty much to tell me bye. Those they would tell me bye. Came to me in a dream.
Powerful. Well, let me say this as well, because my boy says this all the time. I can say his name. My good friend Paul Cottrell. He has a great, I guess you would call it a podcast as well, or something. He gives a little spiritual, uplifting message as well. And he says this all the time, to check on the elders. So with that said, I want to give a shout out to an elder of Albany State and an elder of Albany, Georgia, Rutha Mae Harris, a beautiful person. Her spirit and her love of her people, her voice, I mean, just a walking angel. And thank God, I saw her at graduation and we laugh, and every time we see each other, we smile. She has such a beautiful spirit. So I just wanted to give a shout out to her and all the people in 1961 from Albany State College. If you do your homework, you'll understand, and do your research, you'll understand how powerful those people were to have the city the way it is now. There's a lot of people that are still alive that we need to respect, and we need to give their flowers. And I'm glad you talked about, a newly minted ancestor, but we can talk about people that are still on earth. Check on your elders, call the elders. Stop talking about people and check on your elders, the people that paved the way for you to be and live the way you live right now.
We'll leave it there. We'll catch you next week.
You buy a pair of socks, that's 2 socks. You buy a pair of Bombas socks, that's 4 socks. Because one purchased is one donated. Socks are the #1 most requested clothing item in homeless shelters. So when you buy a pair of super comfortable Bombas socks, you're also donating a pair. Bombas customers have powered over 150 million donations. So Bombas would like to thank you 150 million times, but we only have like 30 seconds. Go to bombas.com and use code AUDIO for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com and use code AUDIO at checkout.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. You chose to hit play on this podcast today. Smart choice. Progressive loves to help people make smart choices. That's why they offer a tool called Auto Quote Explorer that allows you to compare your Progressive car insurance quote with rates from other companies. So you save time on the research and can enjoy savings when you choose the best rate for you. Give it a try after this episode at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
BS3 Network. Changing the way you watch TV.
Yes, BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV, covering content and hot topics from A to Z. Sports, music, society and culture, movie reviews. You name it, we have it. Check it out on bs3network.com or check us out on Roku, BS3 TV on Roku, as well as check out your favorite podcast on all podcast platforms or Spreaker.com/BS3 Network.
You are now tuned to BS3 Network.
What's up, good people? Bet Online is your #1 source for all your betting needs. The latest odds, lines, and matchup reports for baseball, boxing, golf, and more. Bet Online continues to be the fastest and easiest way to place your wagers, including live betting and your favorite casino and card games available to play right from your phone. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and get in on the action. Remember to use your promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet Online, where the game starts. What's up, family? Jared the Bossman here. You're tuned into the Bossman Show on AM 1010, AM 1430, 1055 The King. Let the King out at 105theking.com and the Bossman Show at bossmanshow.com. Hit me up on Instagram, The Bossman Show, Twitter at Bossman Show, and Facebook, Bossman Show. It's the Bossman on your radio.
Listen to The Bossman Show with your host, JR, Saturdays at 9 a.m. right here on AM 1010, The King.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams 4th of July sale and get 30% off paints and stains June 27th through July 7th. With prices starting at $34.29, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your interior or exterior, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store or shop the sale online. Delivery available on qualifying orders. Click the banner to learn more. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
We all know that owning a small business means you wear many hats, but sometimes you really need an extra pair of hands. Upwork is how good companies find great and trusted freelance talent. With more than 2 decades of experience, with the simple and ambitious goal of pioneering a better way of working, companies at every stage turn to Upwork to get things done and find more flexibility in staffing key projects and initiatives. They access a global marketplace filled with top talent in IT, web dev, marketing, and more. Posting a job on Upwork is easy. With no cost to join, you can register, browse freelancer profiles, and get help drafting a job post or even book a consultation. From there, you connect with freelancers that get you and can easily hire them and take your business to the next level. Visit Upwork.com right now and post your job for free. That's Upwork.com to post your job for free and connect with top talent ready to help your business grow. That's UPWORK.com, Upwork.com.